All right, guys. Hello, hello. It's August 1. I didn't even give you guys a warning. I was going live in here, so bear with me. I'm actually going to make a little post real quick. I probably should have done that before I got you guys on. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, so August 1, we just closed out one heck of a month in July, and you know, it's so interesting. I have so many conversations with so many different people. And excuse the way I look. We have been traveling. Hi, Carolyn. We were actually supposed to fly into Dallas last night, but ended up staying the night in Miami. We did get our luggage. For those of you that follow me, it came to Dallas last night without us. And today it's just been a long travel day home, but we're home. And I've just had a million thoughts running through my brain today, and just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. So I want to talk about winning, and you know, I have a lot of conversations. It's so funny as time goes on in this business. You know, I'll get on the phone with someone, and you know, they're intrigued about this whole opportunity. You know, they're looking at this and they're going, you know, well, I just don't know if it's too late for me. Or you know, maybe I should just join this. Like literally, they're opportunity shopping. You know, they're not like most of us where we come in and we say, you know, we fall in love with the product and make the decision that the opportunity is for us. Like they're literally opportunity shopping. And I'm like, you know, I think what sets us apart from so many other things that are happening out there is that people are winning over here. You know, when we have customers coming on and they're able to refer to friends and Thrive for free, that's winning. You know, not having to pay for your Thrive. I mean, seriously, guys, how many people do you ever see talk about that their Thrive is $150 or $190 a month? You don't see people talk about that. Why? Because so many people are thriving for free. The fact that we have people, you know, coming in and earning their VIP bonus. And just to share with you guys a little bit, this is so fun to me. You guys know I'm not a number dweller. I was thinking about that little, you know, what is that little meme that floats around? You know, I don't really crunch numbers, but when I do, I took a look at some numbers today, and I told you guys already, you know, we ended a little over 32 million in team sales last night. There were 15, we thought there were 14, there were actually 15 new 200Ks just in our team alone. I mean, who knows what happened company-wide. We had, just in the months of June and July, we've had 1,300 people go VIP 800. 1,300 people in June and July. You guys know those months are not easy, especially with kiddos, right? The kiddos are at home. June and July technically is not a huge sales month in any opportunity. I don't care if you're selling cars, if you're selling houses, I don't care what you're selling. I mean, June and July are not big months. Oh, but we're thrivers, and 1,327 people between June and July on our team. Who knows what we did company-wide have earned their VIP bonus. Okay, now 394 new auto bonus earners. That's almost 400 people, and I didn't even look. Well, no, that would have tallied yesterday. Okay, 394 in the months of June and July are now at auto bonus rank. That means they're getting $300 a month towards what they currently drive, or $800 a month towards a luxury vehicle. Guys, that is huge for so many families. And I think what is so cool here is that, you know, we have a solution to what people need physically, but we also have something that financially, there are literally families across the globe that that are stressed out right now just over school supplies. You know, I was talking with my sister-in-law earlier. We were able to go by and see my new niece. And, you know, she was talking about, you know, they had just bought school supplies. And she's like, you know, how do families do that? You know, she doesn't have to worry about it because she pushed all her chips in with the Lavelle opportunity. And so, you know, they buy the school supplies. They don't think about it. But how do families, you know, that are struggling, that's hard for them. You know, there's a lot of families right now that are already stressing out over, you know, buying the kids' school clothes, going back to school. You know, kids are kids and they grow quickly, and what they wore in May, they're probably not going to be able to wear in August and September. So, you know, there's a lot of moms that are freaking out, you know, worried about how they're going to provide for their kids just going back to school. Guys, we have a solution here that is creating options for families. And we're winning around here. I mean, hello, 15 new people hitting the top rank in the company. Guys, I'm pretty sure if we did a poll, I mean, I don't know. I don't pay attention to what other people are doing, but that's a lot. You know, some companies don't even have 15 people in their entire company that are at the top, much less 15 new ones hitting it in a month, in a summer month, to top that. What we have going on right here is like nothing that I've ever seen, and you guys know how passionate I am about this. You know how consistent and how dedicated I've been to this. About this, I you know, every day I grow more and more confidently in saying I truly believe this is the biggest opportunity that we will ever have in our career lifetime, and you know, it's just incredible what's happening. But the reason I mention the word winning is, in a business like this, your team has to be succeeding for you to get to where you want to be. And that's something that I want you guys, you know, it's a new day. It's the first day of the month. We're in a crazy momentum stage. We have a lot of product in people's hands, just because when they launch Triple Commission, people stock up on some product. But you're not stocking up on product for you. You're stocking up on product to make trial packs to get out the door and in people's hands. And we have a lot of leaders that launched some smart sampling promotions today. I'm going to launch something. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it team-wide, guys, because that's a lot to track. And so bear with me. I'm going to figure something out as far as what we can do. But there were a lot of leaders that launched smart sampling promotions today. Not just throwing product out the door just to be handed to someone and it to be sitting on their counter and never used, but to smart sample them, meaning you've created them a free account, they've been on a 3-way call, they've liked the fan page, you know, they've had some validation, they know what they're getting their hands on, and so they're excited to get their product. They're going to be responding to you so you can walk them through it so they have a good experience. They understand Rome wasn't built in a day. You may or may not notice, you know, anything in your first couple of days on the Thrive experience, yada yada. You guys know what smart sampling is. If you don't, search the page and look at all the information that we throw out there about smart sampling. But you know, we have so many things that are going on right now, and here's a couple of things that I want to address. Number one, you know, if you're not where you want to be, why? You know, be honest with yourself. You know, if this is one of those things where you have to go, you know what, I'm not exactly where I wanted to be, but in the big scheme of things, if I look at, you know, where my team ended or what my weekly paycheck is, you know, that is, I am being rewarded for my efforts because, you know, I haven't been able to push all my chips in. You know, I've only put in a few, or I've only had this amount of time or whatever, and you've got to be happy with that. But if you're wanting more, you got to go, you know what, I've got to push the chips in. You know, anyone that you see that has reached the highest rank in the company and is continuously growing, guys, you're going to see their dedication. You're going to see that they went all in. They didn't just kind of do a little bit. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is, I know a lot of times you're like, what do I do? What do I do? Guys, you have to share your story and you have to expose this experience to other people. In sharing your story, that's the most powerful thing you have, and then connecting people with other people's stories. You know, I say start with your story because that's where the excitement comes from, right? You know, that's what you're excited about. Don't worry about a perfect way to reach out to someone. You know, we talk about ignorance on fire, you know, it literally is what makes people grow, leaves them out, you know, because they're just excited, they're passionate. You know, your friends don't want you to be something that you're not. Just be real and reach out to them, and then you provide the validation. You know, why do we have the funnel? Why do we say, you know, invite them to like the fan page? Because we want them to see more stories. We want them to see what this is doing for people. We know they need it, but they may not be listening to us right away. You know, you can't reach out to someone and expect that they're just going to automatically say they want to thrive with you. It's going to take a little bit of time. Also, you know, create those free accounts, but don't be frustrated when the first 10 free accounts, you know, you go through 10 free accounts and you don't have an order come through. That's okay. You know, typically they say between 7 to 10 exposures before somebody is actually going to purchase. So how are you exposing them to this? You know, are you sharing a story on Facebook? Are you sending them a recorded call? Are you inviting them to listen to Lavelle Live? I mean, Lavelle Live is going on right now. You know, are you inviting them to your team call? Have you hosted a friends and family call? You know, let them know that you're serious. If you don't, someone else is going to be consistent with them. And that is one thing that I have seen. Another thing that I've seen is the more simple that we keep things, the more people we can reach. If we make things complicated, you're kind of limiting who you can reach and how hard you can work. So the more simple you can keep things, the better. And here's another thing. I took a few notes. Let me look at something real fast. Okay. So this is kind of funny because we were, now how did I get all those mixed up in the same one? Okay, but we were talking about being comfortable, you know, where you are, and, you know, stepping out. And, you know, I want to just talk to you guys a little bit about being comfortable. You know, the first phone calls that I made about Thrive, or a lot of times it was a message. It was, hey, I need to talk to you about something, you know, when's a good time for me to call? Or, you know, it was calling up someone and saying, oh my gosh, I have to tell you what I've just found. You know, and it was shared. Obviously, my messaging for a brand new person is different from someone now. I mean, almost everyone and their dog that is my friend on Facebook knows that I'm a Thriver, right? And that's part of the branding process, and that's just part of it becoming who I am. So my messaging is different today than it was back then, but it's also, you know, I'm adding new people all the time to my free social network, and I'm also adding people to Facebook. And so I'm creating those relationships with people, and then I'll ask them, you know, hey, you know, I don't know if you've seen all my Facebook blowing up. I'm sure you get a ton of notifications coming my direction. I'd love to talk to you about this whole Thrive thing, you know, or has anyone talked to you about Thrive? I'd love to, you know, share more about my story with you. When's a good time for me to call? Yada, yada. You know, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but here's what I want to talk to you guys about. And there's still uncomfortable situations that I find myself in. I mean, even as confident as I am, you're still dealing with people, and it's still communication. And, you know, I know that I have something that's going to change their life, but I think the uncomfortableness, maybe the discomfort that comes into play is because you have no idea what the response is going to be, you know, and everyone wants to be accepted, you know, nobody wants to be rejected, right? Especially face to face, or, you know, directly over the phone. You know, maybe we think it's a little bit, you know, it's less painful if it's via text or something. But here's the thing, guys, you're going to be uncomfortable either way. You know, I look back, it was uncomfortable for me to be working my tail off and not be home with my kids. My summers before Thrive entered into our life, guys, I had my daughter, who was a kid herself, babysitting our kids so I could go to work. That was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable drowning in debt. It was uncomfortable. It was flat out painful wondering how we were going to do Christmas for our kids that year. It was uncomfortable, you know, being stuck. So for me, I had a decision to make. Either I could get uncomfortable and chase after something that could provide a better way of life, or stay super uncomfortable, drowning in debt, spinning my wheels, not having any time with my family, missing out on everything that was going on. I mean, are you following me? So, regardless, there's going to be painful situations either way. I mean, I choose to just go ahead and get uncomfortable with someone. And here's the thing, you guys, we worry about this so much, about what other people are going to think, and, we worry about that little rejection. I want you to, I've said this before, and I want you to, anytime you're sharing the Thrive experience with someone and you start to back out because of you're afraid of that fear of rejection, I want you just to think, you know what? I'm passing out a stick of bubble gum. The scenario I always use is we're at the basketball game. I pull a pack of gum out of my pocket and I offer it, to all the moms around me. Well, not all the moms are going to take a piece of gum. It doesn't mean they don't like gum or they don't like me. It means they don't want gum right now. Okay? That's how you've got to approach this whole Thrive thing. You have something way more powerful than gum, right? You have a solution. You have what they need. Just because they don't accept it right away doesn't mean they don't like you or they don't like Thrive. It doesn't mean that they think you've lost your mind, and so be it. How many of us thought the person that shared this with us was absolutely crazy? We didn't know what we didn't know. And so our job as Thrivers is just to, extend the invitation for people to thrive with you. Pick up the phone with excitement and share it with the person that needs it. We posted some little kind of memory joggers almost that Emily Corson had posted in her team page. I put that up there I think it was this morning. All of my days have completely run together. Last night with the travel situation and being the end of the month, it was insane. But it was reminding you, who are the moms that that are super busy? Who are the moms that they have a lot of kids going back to school? And build relationship. Before you reach out to them, why do they need it? Don't just reach out to someone because they're a number and you have a goal to hit. Reach out to that person with the thought in mind of why they need this and why you have a solution to offer them. Hey, how's it going? I hope you guys had a good summer. Have you even taken a look at the school supply list? I know you've got, now how many, or what grades are your kids going to be in this year? Start that conversation, and maybe they'll ask you, you ask them about their summer, maybe they'll ask you about your summer. How is your summer different this summer because you're thriving? Share that with them, guys. Make this about relationships and conversations, and let this be who you are. You're a Thriver. This is what you do. This is who you are. It's a part of your life. It's a part of your day. It's who you are. You're wearing it. Have that on your face too. Have that smile on your face. Have your arms extended with an open invitation to invite people to thrive with you. Don't overthink it. What has it done for you, and who do you know that's dealing with those issues? Another thing why it's so important, and I love this. I listened to and see, Dana, I'm going to call you by your maiden name. But Dana Henson, what is it? Henson's called now? Oh. Anyway, I'm going blank with your new last name. But I was listening to her call, and, she had seen me post about Facebook, or post about Thrive on Facebook early on. It was our mutual friend that shared what it had done for her that got her attention. She knew she needed the energy, but that wasn't enough to hook, line, sink, that wasn't enough. It was when our mutual friend mentioned the back discomfort that got her attention. So guys, I'm telling you, your own personal story is not going to relate to everyone. That's why it's so powerful for us to connect people to other Thrivers. That's why, when you have someone, guys, we made such a huge ruckus on Facebook last night, just with all the celebrations and things like that. Are we doing that on a daily basis with the excitement of people's stories? Why do you think Lavelle said, or why do you think Paul says hit the share button, hit the share button? It's the stories. Guys, this is a story-driven business. The movement that we have created today is because of the emotion that is involved when you impact people's lives. I mean, guys, if this product wasn't doing what it's doing for people, we wouldn't be seeing the numbers that we see. We've seen incredible trust in our company and our product lines just from, when we launched Duo without an ingredient list, without, any stories. All of us literally just took their word, and look how many millions of sales that we did just based on that. Now look at the stories that have come from that. And guys, celebrate with each other. I mean, we have a huge thriving community. As you're commenting and celebrating and saying, oh my gosh, I'm the same way. I don't have to deal with those, headaches all the time anymore. Oh my gosh, I feel the same way. I can't imagine going without my Thrive. Oh my goodness, my summer's been so much better. Interact. Don't just play around on Facebook. If you're using Facebook, which is huge, I mean, I want you to use Facebook, but use Facebook with intention of creating excitement that is bringing people to know more about what you're doing. At the end of the day, it's all about the stories. The more stories we can create, the better. Remember, that's your goal. It's August 1. What is everything that we do based on? That calendar challenge, when you print that out, when someone comes in or even to Thrive for free, what do they have to do? We want them to get 2 stories started, right? For someone to go VIP 800, we need 4 stories started. We want 2 people to be promoters, do an upgrade pack, 2 customers on auto ship. That's what makes up the VIP bonus. It's all about creating stories. What did Lavelle do when they launched, the huge promotions? Every promotion that's launched, even our current incentive trip right now to Puerto Vallarta, we have a ton of people that have already qualified for that. It's all about new stories. Why is that? Because that new story, literally, it very rarely does a story just stop right there. Unfortunately, a lot of times they only share with one, so then they're one person away from getting it for free, and you're like, come on, let's just refer one more so you can Thrive for free every month. But most stories lead to more and more and more stories because of the power of the product. So what are we doing on August 1? Guys, you've got to figure out your plan. What is your plan? Who are you reaching out to? How are you reaching out to them? Are you keeping track of that? Are you inviting them to the fan page? Send them through the funnel. Build that relationship with them. I think that's something, we always say send them through the funnel, send them through the funnel, send them through the funnel. But I have to say, you've got to build relationships with these people. You can't just treat them like you're, branding them. We have Longhorns, so I mean, if you're branding cattle, that's all what we're doing. These are people, and we're trying to create stories. We have a solution for them, so that's ultimately our goal. We want to build relationships, provide the validation so that we can help them start their story, so then that leads to more. And ultimately, have fun with what you're doing. I talk to so many people, and I'll tell you this: the people that have made it to financial freedom with this company, they're having fun. They're having a lot of fun, and they love. It's not even about them anymore. I can't even tell you how many times I see the phrase, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Or I just want them to experience what I've experienced, have fun with this, go travel with your thriving friends, get in a room at a local, and use what you have in your hands right now to create more stories. I mean, guys, make a commit. How many new customers are you going to get this month? And then how many new customers are going to appear within your team? And how can you use that extra product that you have in your house to help someone get started? Everyone did upgrade packs. So we've got regular DFT, which is totally fine. Just because we have Duo now doesn't mean that you can't start a new Thriver with regular DFT. You can easily give DFT away. You can give, a box of shakes away. You can give, you could even do, I'll give you a free week of however you want to do it. If you have credits, that's huge for people, just to help with shipping or something. Credits will be deposited tomorrow. I love the fact that Lavelle enables us to pass those on to people just to help them get started. So hopefully that kind of gave you guys some, some ideas to kick off this month. It's just an incredible time right now in this company. I've said it a million times. I've never seen anything like this. It blows my mind that we're doing what we're doing in the month of July. I mean, we're now in August, and what we've done this summer is just insane. And I hope it shows you guys, what incredible leadership we're under with Paul and Jason, just, making the decisions of this company and what they're doing for us. What they launched in January led to explosive momentum through the end of April when we were in Dallas. And then here we are rolling into the fall, basically. I mean, we're approaching, we've almost made it through the entire summer with crazy, crazy growth. And, I can't even imagine where we're going to end this year. But what I don't want to, I know huge things are happening, okay? What I don't want is for those of you that are holding yourself back to still be holding yourself back come Christmas. Please know none of us have anything that you don't have. As far as this journey, it has been a personal journey for me as well. It has involved personal development. I've learned the hard way and how to deal with people more than anything I've learned. If I can keep my mouth shut and open my ears, I'll hear things that I need to hear so that I can give you guys more. I've learned that you've got to give to people. This is a relationship business. We're all learning every single day, but at the end of this every single day, the bottom line is about helping people. And we have an incredible way to do that and an incredible opportunity at our fingertips, and a company that just continues to reward us. Stories being created every single day, tons and tons of excitement, lives being changed. You all deserve to benefit from it. And I'm just excited to see what's going to happen. So I want a commitment for everyone now. Quit overthinking it. Share your story. Let's see how many new customers we can expose to this experience. Remember, it's not about, I should probably say how many new thrivers we can expose to this experience, because it's not up to us to choose if someone's a promoter or a customer. It's up to us to introduce this to people, encourage them to thrive, and then let them make the decision as to what's best for them. But let's see, how many new thrivers, can we get started on Thrive this month? How many new stories can we create? And how can we use what we have in our hands to help these people get started? We know the product's going to do the work as long as people are taking it correctly. So that's where, again, the relationships come into play, so we can get this in people's hands, help create these stories, and ultimately just continue to celebrate. I mean, it's incredible. You guys saw all the celebrations last night of what's happening here, and no one is reaching any goal in this company without helping other people improve their quality of life. And I think at the end of the day, that's really what excites the heck out of me and excites so many others. So thank you guys for taking the time to hop on tonight. I know I didn't give you guys any notice, but my brain was going a million miles a minute. We are winning over here, and we're winning in huge ways. Also, be looking for some interview calls with some of these new 200Ks. We have some that literally hit 200K on their 3-year anniversary, so it took them 3 years to reach the highest rank in the company. I think we had one that it was 7 months. I mean, we have a whole slew of different time frames that it took people, but I do want to put together some calls and interview them, so we're gonna have to work that out. I want you to hear from these people. Success leaves clues, guys. And all of you, I mean, this team has so many incredible leaders. I mean, I learn and I'm inspired by these people daily. Follow them. Watch what they do. And if there is a local event in your area, get there, get people there with you. You've got it. We encourage you to be a part of this thriving community, because being a part of it is only going to allow you to grow, just because your vision of what's really happening here is going to be more clear. I think that's one thing that's super important, that we're making sure that we're really seeing. I know life gets crazy, and I know things get thrown at you, work and marriage and kids and all this stuff, but you daily being able to really see what is happening here, guys, and being plugged into that and buying into that is really going to help you in your communication with other people, and offering them that solution. I mean, you've got to be confident in what you have your hands on to be able to share this with someone else. So I'm talking too much now, and we need to get off here. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. I'll save this and post it over in the group. All right. Bye, guys. Congrats again.